guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's been a while. Oh, yeah, say hi. Choco puppy. I love you, Choco. You're so good. You're so lovely. You're so... Sit down. Good boy. I'm sitting on my piles of books because I still don't have a proper studio, but this, who says this isn't a proper studio? Where do we even leave off? Oh my God, okay. Behind me is my vision board. I'm just gonna acknowledge that now. Today we're going to be continuing my series on the things that you can control. And today we're going to be talking about why what you eat is important. The last couple videos I just did points and ABC and 1, 2, 3, whatever. It's gonna like go with the flow right now because there's like so many ways I can go with this. So I'm just gonna naturally like let you guys know a little bit about what I know about how what you eat affects you, and I'm sure everybody knows a little bit. So let me take a breath. Okay, so your body is your temple. A big part of my belief system, like just like a home wouldn't be a home without its foundation and its functioning parts, you know? A tree wouldn't be a tree without its body. All living and non-living things have a figure, a body that keeps it standing, I guess, and running. My biggest analogy that I make to this before I get completely into it is like a car. A car has so many working parts, and a car cannot move or function properly or to the best of its ability in all of its functioning parts without all of it being connected in its parts, and especially what you put into it. You can't like just put anything into a car or it's not gonna run. So just with that being said, as the starting point of my whole discussion, our bodies are a vehicle. It is what gives us the ability to experience and do and feel everything that we get to experience on this planet. Like your eyes being able to see or experience, and you know, like even your hair serves a function, like everything serves a function. That is a huge part of that support of your body is your fuel, like what you eat. I am not perfect by any means. Like I love to eat candy and things, but I'm going to be talking about like why being mindful about ingredients and different things is important for your mental health, for your physical health, for your spiritual health, everything. First of all, waking up in the morning and eating being one of your first things that you do is important, because that first initial like take off in the morning, almost like a race, like you need to make sure that you're starting off the race correctly. Like if you start, like if you ever did track or anything, like it's like the beginning of something in every single scenario is almost the most important part of any given scenario is how you start it. Starting anything, I would say, is probably the hardest part of anything in life, is starting it. So, you know, the hardest but the most vital part of your day is the beginning of it. So the first like 30 minutes, 10 minutes to 30 minutes, 2 hours of your day are gonna be important on many levels. But today we'll talk about the eating part. I'm not saying eat immediately. Like if there's like a way that you have to set up your day to where maybe you do go and you work out first and then you know what I mean? Or like, I know there's different like ways to incorporate food into that part of your day, and sometimes it's good to like maybe eat lighter and then do something and then eat heavier. I'm not giving an exact template of how you should do this, but all I'm saying is skipping breakfast is a huge no. I used to skip breakfast all the time, and it really set the tone for me feeling really fatigued and unable to execute my day. Oh God. Unable to execute my day in a very lively fashion because I just did not have the fuel that I needed to start it out. So, hold on. My books are kind of slipping. I feel like I should, I just don't want to break anything. That's fine. Okay. Eating in the morning, like I said, is important because you need to be able to give your body that energy. Food carries energy, and vitamins and minerals, all those things that your body turns into like power. So, you know, skipping breakfast is something for me that's kind of a no. Even if you just eat a banana, or if you don't want to get into the details and logistics of everything, like you just can eat like one thing, like a fruit or something, and that can make the biggest difference in how you start your day. Of course, drink water. Well, of course, take in something going to be used to like burn, like almost like a train. You like put coal in it and it burns off and it goes choo 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 choo. Like your body's constantly taking in things and filtering things and digesting things and stuff. So it's good to put something in there initially. So that's my first kind of thing is breakfast. Don't skip it. Don't eat anything heavy. Like eat some protein, eat some fruit, something, you know. We're just being basic. Like I could go really deep into health, but you know, I would definitely want to be more prepared for that. But these are just the basics of like why controlling your food intake and focusing on that, especially when you're trying to elevate, is very important. Focusing on that is going to solve a lot. You know, I always say, like, if you feel really like out of control in life, going back to your food intake, like how you eat, your sleep, and just basic routine. Those are like the 3 things that to focus on. It will help to shift your perspective, your mood, everything, like especially if you're going through a hard time. The next thing is looking at what you're consuming. And the biggest thing that really like shows me like, okay, I'm not gonna like be the healthiest person on the planet. I'm not gonna be a perfectionist in this, but looking at the number of ingredients in something for me is a huge thing. Like if you want to eat healthier and you don't know a lot or you don't have time to research a ton, really just a real simple way to shift your whole diet is trying to intake more raw food. Fruits, vegetables, like a lot of times I really only eat berries in the morning or oatmeal, and that's like kind of my first intake of like sugars for the day is fruit. So really just looking at ingredients and things too, like if you're buying processed food, try to limit the processed food. That's a big thing for me, like just breaking down eating lifestyles. Like for me, a big thing is how many ingredients is in it if it's processed. Trying to get as many whole foods as possible. Or for me, corn syrup's a no. Making sure you figure out what are like some deal breaker ingredients for you. You know, I can always do another video. Actually, I should bring my notebook over here. As I do this, I'm getting like more video ideas. I'm not a dietitian, but I do live a certain way because I care about my body. I could do a video on like what ingredients I choose to stay away from, and if you guys want to take that information and do your own research, you can. Yeah, corn syrup, anything with like colored dyes and stuff, aluminum. Just try to keep your diet very simple. Really busy, and it's really hard to like figure out like what to eat, and like it's hard not to eat out. And it even applies to eating out. You know, you can't avoid everything. You know, try to keep it more natural and raw. Like when you go out, just get some like plain grilled chicken and some vegetables. You know, if you have to eat out, like, I mean, there was a time where I was so busy and I didn't have a lot of money that all I could afford was McDonald's, and that's okay. Like some people have to live that way to get to the next level. If I have to eat at McDonald's, you know, I'll get grilled chicken patties, and I will get, they have sliced apples, and you know, I don't think they really have any vegetables, but you can always ask for like slices of tomatoes and stuff. And I would just kind of make it its own little meal thing, you know? And like, you know, I can always get into, there's another level of food science that goes into food combination, like what you should and shouldn't combine. But when you're really just getting back to the basics, like how can I just shift my diet and make it a little bit more friendly and healthy, really focus on like, you know, looking at the ingredients, trying to eat more whole foods. And when you go out to eat and you're on a really busy schedule, just try to pack real simple or order really simple, more like not fried, grilled items, vegetable items, or fruit items. And you start to realize how eating affects you and like what kind of foods are healthier for you. If you really think about it, the most healthy foods for you are very simple. Just keep that in mind. Keep it simple. Simple is healthy, to me at least, and that's my perspective. So okay, so another thing is if you're trying to, you know, eat healthier and more so like take your focus away from things that are taking away from your energy, and you're trying to like, you know, elevate yourself, mind, body, soul. This one's very much body, but eating right does help your like the other everything. How you eat does affect your gut. Like the more food and the harsher the food is on your gut and your stomach, the more energy it's gonna take from you. If I eat food and I get really tired, I try to stay away from that food again, because when something makes you tired, it means it's taking too much energy out of yourself to like digest that food. And for me, when I eat really good, I actually feel more energized after eating. Like, of course, you still have to kind of, relax. Don't be getting too crazy after you eaten or whatever. Let your body digest it. But it's still, there's a huge difference between food that you eat that makes you tired and food that you eat that makes you really energized. Pay attention to how you feel, like before, during, and after you eat some food, and kind of like use that. And you can even keep a food journal to try to let you know. The more energy it takes from you, you're not really being able to use that energy for other things, and you're not performing at a higher energy and frequency than if you're eating better foods for you. Don't chew my book. No. What did you think was gonna happen? And your gut is your second brain. That's the point I was kind of leading to. When your gut is stressed out, you're gonna be stressed out. Your gut is really smart. It can pick up on things. That's where a lot of your intuitive energy is held. When you're eating foods that aren't good for you, you're naturally gonna feel like something's wrong all the time. Like me, when I eat poor and my body's feeling I feel heavy, I feel tired, I can't even tell around me who is giving me weird signals, or it's just you can observe and soak in so much more when your gut is clean and healthy and it feels good, and you're not putting things in it that's taking so much work for your body to deal with. You put in your body, especially with processed foods, that make your body sound an alarm, oh my god, we gotta focus on this because I don't like this in my stomach. So it'll take all your energy out, and that's why you get so tired, because it's taking all your energy just to get whatever is in those ingredients in your body out as fast as possible. Taking care of what you eat and controlling that, really good way to get in touch with your intuition as well, because when I eat better, I am more alert and I notice more things before they happen, or just being able to be more agile with my day, smoothly transition from one task to the next without feeling interrupted by missed bodily functions and weird feelings and heaviness and sluggishness. And some food really does give you brain fog. So sometimes I'll be eating something and I'll get some brain fog, and I'm I can't even think about what I was doing or what I want to do because I just ate some really hard food to deal with. You don't really know how to make meals and stuff, because I noticed that a lot of times I'll go grocery shopping, and I was always so excited when I could start going grocery shopping, because I'm I want to buy this, I want to buy this, I've always wanted to do that. I pick once a week, I get some ingredients, and I try to make a healthy meal for myself. And even if it's a little unhealthy, just so you can get used to making food that tastes good, that's totally fine. I'm not condoning eating unhealthy. I'm just saying if you're not used to something, sometimes it's really hard to go from eating completely unhealthy to eating completely healthy, or just taking in new information, because sometimes can take a while to put into action for some people. So I'm just giving some grace and structure within the transition and lifestyle. So don't be too hard on yourself, and just use your information here and there, just slowly incorporate these things into your life, and it will make a huge difference in the long run. Get used to making a meal. You go out to the grocery store and get all the ingredients for it, and you come home and you make this meal. Eventually move to making maybe 2 meals a week, start going to the grocery store, get the 2 meals a week. And slowly over time, it'll be so easy for you to just be okay, I want these ingredients to make this. It'll start to become second nature. Maybe at the end of every week, look through at what ingredients you need to get for what meals, and pick what you're gonna eat all week, and then go grocery shopping for all of that, and it'll already be home, so you could just throw together dinner every week like that, kind of the journey I'm on. I definitely did start small with 4 years ago, it was just I would eat the same foods for breakfast every day, same food for lunch every day, oatmeal, cereal, fruit, which I still kind of eat like that in the morning. And then for lunch, I would make one giant pot of cabbage soup every week, because that was the only food I knew how to make from being a kid, and I would just eat that every day for lunch. I would eat a few bowls of that, and it kept me pretty healthy. So I did that all week. And then for dinner, I would eat out a couple times, or I would just get some pre-made soups from the store, which I still kind of do, you know, for days that I can't cook. I'll go get some like soups or some wraps, like veggie wraps or chicken wraps or something. And yeah, it's just pretty much developing a routine on like what you want to eat every day, and keeping it simple and keeping it like, you know, like everything I've been talking about. The last thing I'm going to talk about, I know that there's like a huge stigma all over the internet, and there's many different sides to this whole discussion. I'm just going to speak on my personal experience. So my personal experience with detoxing, and detoxing your body, like your organs, like different parts of your organs and body. Like I said with my analogy with the car earlier, just like cars need oil changes, they need cleans, they need new parts sometimes, whatever. Our bodies have like functioning working parts, and what you put in your body can accumulate like buildup of different things, like backed up waste in your like intestines. You hold toxins in your blood, you hold toxins in your lungs, you hold toxins in your body. That's where the word detox comes from. It have toxins that actually go inside your blood cells, all over your body, whether it's your kidneys, your liver, your heart, your like menstrual system, you know, your digestive tract. No matter how healthy you eat, even my whole like makeshift book stool is falling apart. Just like anything, you know, that needs cleans, like a house, eventually it's gonna get dusty. No matter how clean you are, you gotta wipe everything down. And it's just like our bodies on the inside, people don't realize, just like you wash the outside of your body, the inside of your body needs cleaned. Like, just like you brush your teeth and you go to the doctor and everything. This has nothing to do with weight loss. This is not for appearance or anything, and I will definitely make a video about this in the future. I've done a couple detoxes this year actually. It's not any like magic tea that you buy online or anything. Figuring out what foods and herbs and like pairings go together, and being able to like you know, I actually got this from like a family that does like vegan detoxes and everything, and they put out an information and a schedule about like, okay, you go buy these herbs and you make this tea and you eat this salad and these fruits for this many days, and it like allows your body to fast almost. So when your body fasts, it allows like the toxins to like leave some of your blood cells, and your body starts digesting and pushing all those out because it's not intaking as much food. And some of the herbs and fruits and everything, or the vegetables that you are allowed to intake during that time, actually aid in pulling toxins out of whatever, you know, part of your body you're detoxing. Allows for your body to really filter everything out. Another thing that I would say is to safely and mindfully look into different detoxes. I'm literally looking into figuring out how to like let you guys know what resources I use, like for that. Like I don't want to like talk about the name of where I get the detoxes because I don't really know if I'm allowed to do that. I make them all myself, and I can tell you that like I felt really sick one time, and like I couldn't eat anything, and I did their digestive tract detox. And I did it, I made the juice myself for 3 days. I did it, and I actually lost a lot of waste. Like I lost a lot of waste, and by the end of it, I had more energy. I was able to like, I felt hungry when I wanted to eat. And after I ate something, I did not feel sick anymore. So there was like a huge, I felt like build up, and just being able to take the steps and knowing the right foods and having the right instruction to be able to allow my body to have that release is such a big deal, you know. And I just think that sometimes I think the internet ruined detoxing for a lot of people, because a lot of these sites and people and influencers that do detoxing, they make it seem like, oh, you're gonna lose like 30 pounds in 2 weeks or whatever. And it's like they kind of like sell these pills and these teas and whatever. And I'm not saying that they're like all of them are bad, because I can't speak for everybody and I didn't do like all my research on that. But I feel like there's a stigma around like, oh, you're doing the like detox teas, and like people are like, oh, it's bad for like sense of body image and everything. When I talk about detoxes, I am truly talking about like letting your body clean itself out and giving it the proper tools, aka food and different, you know, vitamins and minerals, and allowing your body to have the space by eating a little bit less to clear out all the excess stuff your body holds. So when you do intake more good food, your body like has the energy and space to utilize it. Don't eat my plant. You don't eat my plant. You're bad. He's so good, but he's so bad. Detoxing for me is not a toxic world, but I can understand where some people might think it's a toxic world. It's just more about like, where do you get your information from? Is it safe? Is it like, I prefer most things like that homemade. Like I can make it myself out of natural things, and so I know what's going into my things, and able to see the results within me making it and seeing how I feel before and after is a really cool experience. And like, yeah, with some of them I did lose like a couple pounds of weight, but I don't think it was like fat. I think it was like toxins, and I think it was waste. And for me, I also went on a journey with like, you know, what you put in your body is important. So I used to smoke, and I used to like vape and everything. And that's a whole nother journey and story that I would like to share with you guys, because that whole world right now is like, it's kind of intense with how many people actually do that. But after I went on my journey to quit that and everything, I did a lung detox, and just being able to eat certain foods and like make my own herbal tea that allowed my respiratory system to heal. I mean, like, I have asthma, but like the difference between how my body felt before and after, my body was so happy with me. And you can feel that, like when your body's happy with you, you know, like you feel it, the energy in your body. You're like, I really feel happy. Like, it's not a mind thing. It's like literally your body's wagging its tail like a dog, you know? I know I sound crazy, but like when you treat your body right and you put the proper things into it, it's amazing what your body can do for you when you take care of it. And it's like crazy, because there's been times I didn't take care of my body like at all, and I didn't really care about what I put into it and consumed, and my body still performed very wonderfully, and I thought that it was fine. But as soon as I really started to take care of like what I ate in my body and what I consumed and everything, it's magnificent how much your body changes to accommodate what you're doing for it, and how good it feels, and how much you actually attract and are able to accomplish like when your body is happy with you. It is a very wonderful experience. And I know this video is very contradicting, because I was like talking about McDonald's earlier. I'm just trying to, I guess, this is just a video of me addressing any level of life that anyone's at, and any stage anyone's at in life. I'm just trying to make the point of actually that you still can control your food, like what you eat. So the whole point of this video is like how you can control what you eat. And whether you have a lot of money, a little bit of money, no money, there's always a choice. There's always a choice between like, okay, if I know I have to eat like unhealthy places all the time right now just to be able to get to a certain place, you know, I'm at least going to choose the healthier option. Or if I'm in a place where I am living comfortably and I can choose, but it's a lack of information and just more of a hard transition to adjust in lifestyle, at least I can take these baby steps to, you know, do this every week or do this and add good habits to your routine until it becomes second nature. You know, you're really comfortable and you're allowed to take that extra step, and you feel comfortable taking that extra step, then you really can get into, you know, ingredients and detoxing and everything. And for me, my suggestion is to get into all of it, because I started at a place where, you know, I had nothing, and there's a lot of places I started in life where I didn't have the opportunity to get into any of this, and it was a journey. Like, it was a step-by-step journey. It was first like I had to stop eating, you know, the most unhealthy thing on the menu every time I went somewhere, eating the healthier thing, and then, you know, trying to grocery shop a little bit of healthy food when I can, and then learning how to make 1 or 2 recipes, and just like while I'm busy, you know, working, being a workaholic when I used to be a complete workaholic, just eating the same things every day. And as long as I knew it was healthy, I didn't mind eating the same things every day, because I felt good. And then eventually, you know, when you realize like, I don't want to keep doing it like this anymore, and you have the time and energy, you can add another thing that you've learned into your, you know, your like lifestyle So yeah, it's just really like taking the first step, and that's whatever step that is for you. That is completely okay. And like, you know, the places I get the detox from, they're like, oh, I'm surviving vegan. I think that that is amazing. I'm like, maybe one day I will be able to be a vegan, but you know, that just wasn't like directly in front of me for me to do right now. Like, my choice is to not do that yet. So you know, I'm working on the detoxes, and I'm seeing how my body feels with that. And if a transition takes me there, it will take me there. But it's all about taking accountability for how you feel right now and seeing how you can just shift that and make it better. So if just to clear all that up and make sure that I don't sound too contradicting, I was just trying to cover many options for many different situations for people, and like giving everybody the option and the information that they need to be able to like utilize this like be able to use this advice. I guess I grew up in life, and like I've always been the person to give people advice, and like I'm always learning. Like, I'm such a bookworm, constantly learning new things. I don't know everything, and I'm still learning. Like I said, I'm a student for life, but I think I've always been able to give people information that they need throughout the... What are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? Dogs are crazy. Throughout the years, I've heard a lot of different excuses, like, oh, I don't have enough money, or I don't have time, or this is happening, or this is happening, you know? And it's like, I totally understand. Like, I still make excuses for places I'm not ready to elevate to yet, so I understand. And this is how every stage of life is. There's always that next level that you have to overcome, whatever that is that's holding you back. But I think that no matter where you're at, or whatever is holding you back, or whatever excuse you do have from making a slight change, there's always something that you can do, even if it's like a millimeter of an inch forward, that you can do to build that momentum to changing your life. And I think that what you eat is very important in keeping your energy good and being able to move forward in life. Like, I think that taking accountability for your health and prioritizing your health is a huge deal. And there's a lot of food out there that has things in it, and yes, it tastes good, but it's something that isn't good for your body. Like, I think some of us need to remember also, we are animals. Like, we are conscious beings, reminding ourselves that we are literally mammals, and like, you do not see other animals out in like the wild eating processed foods and like different candy and like all this other stuff. It isn't natural. It's not natural. And I'm not saying we have to eat grass all day, but like, it's just about being mindful of what you do put in your body and like how it affects you, and like reminding yourself you're a natural being. Like, we used to live outside. So, and like, your frequency will raise when you do eat correctly, and just reminding yourself that we are humble Mother Nature, and you know, some of these things are not meant for us. And as good as they may taste, it's more important to care about how the quality of life that you have. You know, not everyone I talk to wants to live a long life, but I do believe that our lifespans could be a little bit longer if we, you know, noticed and had awareness about what is actually going into our bodies. So thank you guys for listening to my whole entire spiel. I hope it makes sense, and I hope that you guys found something that you could just take out of this video, even if it's one thing or half a thing or a fourth of a thing, and you can apply it to your life right now, and eventually build that momentum. Because literally, as soon as you start something, just getting over the hump of starting it, the momentum is what's going to take you to great places. So thank you very much for listening. I will be back later with more videos. Welcome to Disney Channel. Well, bye. Okay, bye.